The next dish is a salmon dish. The salmon is grilled, and it has a glaze on it with some honey and some mustard and some ancho chilies. It sits on a bed of black bean sauce. And there's also a jalapeno crema in the black bean puree. You hear a lot about soaking beans or dried beans before you cook them, and basically the good reason for that is that it will cut the cooking time in half. Dried beans can take hours and hours and hours. We're going to put them in some more water with some onions and some garlic. And make sure there's an abundance of water because the beans are going to expand. And then we're going to take some chipotles, put a couple of those in there, and then some cumin. Cumin is that earthy spice you find a lot in Mexican cooking. We would bring this to a boil and then turn it down to a simmer, and we'd probably cook these for somewhere between 45 minutes and an hour. See, if you soak them, it just cuts the cooking time down tremendously. Now, you have a choice. You can make sort of a chunky black bean sauce or a pureed one. I'm using a pureed one for this one just because I think it works really well with the salmon. Let's make this glaze because it's very simple. Some honey, some Dijon mustard, and some ancho chili powder. Now, you could use whatever kind of chili powder you want. Obviously, there are ones that are hotter, there are ones that are sweeter. Ancho chilies they're sort of fruitier. We're going to take some sour cream. Now, you want to make sure that you really roast the peppers because there's such good sweet flavor in the flesh of those peppers, and if you don't cook them, it doesn't come out as much. Leave the seeds in. It's not necessary to take them out. If you take the seeds out of the pepper, a lot of people say that it takes a lot of the heat out of it. But I always say, like, if you're using a chili pepper, why take the heat out? Okay, so we have our crema. Okay, season both sides with salt and pepper. So let's see what happens. We're going to hear that sizzle. You want to leave it alone until it gets really nice and crusty on one side. We flip it once, turn down the heat, let it cook through. You want to taste the flavor of the salmon. So if you overcook it, obviously you're going to lose some of that. Yeah, it doesn't really get the lines, but it gives a really nice crust. That's what you want to see. Now we're going to take our glaze, just like one thin layer. You don't want to overdo it. You still want to taste the flavor of the salmon. We're going to put this into the oven. So now we're going to take some of our black bean sauce. And it's such a beautiful color. It's so black, it's almost purple. Wow. Man, is this oven fast? Okay. So then we're going to take our salmon. And this is a good way to serve it at home, obviously, family style. That's the only way I serve at home. Like, you would never see me, like, if there's 12 people in my house, like, we don't send out 12 plates of individual salmon. All right, so we're going to take our crema here. And then this is some oil that I just mixed with a little bit of cilantro, and it just brings out the color of the plate. You'll see this. And do we have our trusty red pepper sauce? Yeah, why not? That's a little flavor of Mesa Grill. Thank you so much for coming. My name is Bobby Flay. Have a great time.